this, or do I wear this? How about both? He shoots, he scores! It's Derek from the Olive Oil Co. Today we are making some challah and Go Leafs Go. Now we're not actually going to use a hockey stick to make our challah today. Guys, I am so excited to make some challah today. For this recipe, you are only going to need some extra virgin olive oil. We are using our medium intensity nocciolara from Sicily. You can use a mild or medium if you want to. You don't want to use a robust when it comes to things like baked goods. For this recipe too, you can either do it by hand or use a trusty stand mixer. We are using our KitchenAid today, so let's get to making our challah. Now again, for all ingredients and amounts, please go to our website. It'll all be listed there. First, you want to take some lukewarm water, and we're throwing some yeast in here. We're just gonna get that mixed up in the water along with a healthy pinch of sugar. Once that's all mixed nicely, we're gonna let this stand for 5 to 10 minutes. So for our dry ingredients, we already have our KitchenAid bowl here. We've got our flour in there. We're using all-purpose. What you want to throw in is some salt and some sugar. And you're just going to want to whisk this to combine. So as you can see, we've made a little well right in the middle of our flour. What you want to do is add your eggs. Now we again have some beautiful eggs from Old 99 Farm and Nick's Picks Organics. So we're just gonna plop these right in the middle. And we're also going to throw in our olive oil. Now once these two are in the middle, you just want to take a small whisk and just mix these up together as best as possible without getting a whole lot of flour in the middle with them. Now at this point, what you want to do is, if your yeast and water is nice and frothy, you want to pour that over your liquid mixture. And then you can take a spatula and mix it all up together. You kind of want to get it to the point where it's hard to mix together. Yeah, it's starting to get a little tougher now. So at this point, you want to put your bowl back with your KitchenAid mixer, and we will be getting this a little better into form. So we've got our dough hook on here. We're just going to set this to low. We're gonna let this knead for a bit. If you feel you need to, you can always throw in a pinch of flour at a time, because you want to make sure that your batter doesn't quite feel like bubble gum, but still just a little bit tacky. All right, so it was a little humid in here, so we actually had to finish this off by hand, but this looks beautiful. At this point, you want to take your challah dough and put it in an oiled bowl. And we are going to let this double in size, so we're gonna let this rest for a bit. As you can see, this has doubled in size. It has risen! The next thing you want to do is you can take this out, and we're going to cut it into 6 equal parts. You could do it as either 3 or 6, but we're going to go the extra mile for 6 with this one. So with each of these, and I've got the other ones just resting over on a piece of parchment paper, you want to roll this into kind of like a snake, about 16 inches long, so about here to here. So this is probably going to be one of the more time-consuming parts of this recipe. So this is about 16 inches. So we're just going to put this over on our parchment for now and repeat with the other 5. So we've got all our strands here. I've kind of put them in this way so it's easier for the braiding part of it. Once you get all the ends together, you just want to take all these and just pinch them together. So just make sure that you form a nice little end here. And then essentially what you want to do is you want to take the 2 outside pieces and you want to take this one, bring it over here, take your other one and bring it over here. Then you want to take this one and you want to place it in the middle. Make sure that the nub on the end is covered, and then we're taking this one and we're essentially replacing where this one was by bringing that over here. So I just readjusted these 2. I spaced them over just a little bit more just so you kind of have a pattern that's starting here, and then you want to take it from this side, this one here, place that one in the middle, and then you want to take this one. It's easy to mess this up, but you want to take this one and then replace where that one was. So essentially you're taking these after each time you've braided, just space them out a little bit, because then you want to take this one, place it in the middle, and you're taking this one and replacing where that was. And keep repeating until you've finished your challah. So as you can see, this has taken a nice form. Once you get down to the end, it's a little harder just to keep everything together and in your pattern. So if you want, you can just take the end. You can either cut it off or take it, pinch it, and just fold it under, just like that. Now that we have this on the pan, you just lightly want to flour it. So once that's like that, you want to cover this with a towel. And you're going to let this rest for an hour. So earlier, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but you wanted to take your 3rd egg and separate the yolk from the white. So the yolk we put with the 2 other full eggs. That's what went into the mixture here. And we kept the egg white. And what you want to do is you want to add a little water to this and whisk it together, because this becomes our egg wash for the top of the challah. So now that this is ready, also you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So that is done. So you just want to take your brush and very gently, you want to brush this on the top of your bread. Looking pretty good. I think I've covered pretty much everything. And like I said, we're gonna let this bake for 30 to 35 minutes. So like we said, 30 to 35 minutes. Pop that in there. And we'll see you in a bit. Hey guys, so half an hour is up. I'm super excited to pull this out because I'm hoping it has that beautiful brown on the outside. Oh my gosh. This looks absolutely beautiful. Look at the color on that. We don't have a plate big enough for this, I don't think. So we're gonna figure something out for the presentation, but I mean, just sitting there on that, that is amazing. It smelled amazing while it was baking. It smells amazing right now. It's making me salivate. I can't wait to dig into this baby. Let's get a little bit off the end here. It's got a nice crisp sound to it, even cutting into it. It's got a nice crumb on the inside. I'm so ready. That is bread perfection. It's still warm, so the flavors of that and the oil is just coming out so perfectly. I kind of want to get some butter and just kind of slather it on there, or get our butter olive oil. This is phenomenal, guys. You have to try this. Challah is amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. But now let's get to our recipe. Also, he shoots, he scores! A little too far, almost tripped over the map. Did I miss this? But for this recipe, you can either do it by hand or use a